What if I told you there's hidden spec inside your Google business profile? Stuff that even most experts have no idea about. And not only is it real, but it's like unlocking a cheat code for rankings. So today I'm lifting the bonnet on, well, we say bonnet in the UK, we say the hood, I suppose, for my international friends. We're lifting the hood on Google business profiles and revealing 13 secrets that are going to supercharge your rankings overnight. So, secret number one, bots run the show. If you think that when you upload something, Google's got people there and they're looking at it, they're checking it out and deciding whether or not to approve it, then actually you've got to rethink this. 99% of the actions on Google business profiles are just being processed by bots and using complex algorithms. But here's the thing, Google loves patterns, and once you start to understand the patterns, it all becomes a lot easier to rank. So secret number two, there are humans behind Google business profile. Now, not many, because you try and get hold of someone to help you and you'll know that's pretty difficult going. But from time to time, manual checks need to be done and brands need to be checked for trustworthiness. And so the good thing is if you know what Google business teams are looking for, then you can fly through these easily. Secret number three is there's over 200 ranking signals that are going to affect how Google puts your brand when it ranks it. So you've probably heard of reviews and photos, but did you know Google also tracks how often you update your profile, the keywords that are used in the reviews by your customers, and even the quality of your photograph makes a difference. Secret number four is Google's AI is watching you. So Google's AI doesn't just rank you, but it also learns about how you interact with your customers, how reviews interact with you, how your photographs really and truly interact with your customers and their expectations. So there's some great little tricks you can do to just understand what Google AI considers as a specific keyword in a photograph. And once you understand that, you can turn it around in your favor. Secret number five is Google loves the number 3. So here's a hack that no one seems to talk about. Did you know that if you get 3 likes on a review, it'll rank it higher? If you get 3 likes or more on a Q&A, it may well show that on the knowledge panel of your business, meaning you get more real estate showing and also you get this useful Q&A showing. And what about if you've noticed a competitor is spamming and you've reported it and nothing's happened? This is where 3 comes in. If you get 3 different Google business profiles reporting it, then Google starts looking at it and it will make a difference. So start understanding how Google uses 3 and it's going to have a massive impact on your rankings. So by the time we get to secret 13, you're going to see how all these little details add up and make a massive difference to how Google ranks you. How you respond to your reviews, how fast your business loads, how fast it loads on a mobile. All these have a massive compounding effect, which we're going to come on to in a moment. Let's come on to number 6, engage Google. So here's a trick that most people miss. Google loves engagement. So when you respond to reviews, when you're posting regularly, and when you're updating your hours, you give yourself a hidden boost in visibility. It's like feeding the algorithm fresh data, and Google likes to nibble and bite away. Okay, so for number 7 onwards, you may want to just sit down for these because these are mind-blowing. You see, most business owners just don't understand how reviews work. They just think if you get more reviews, and if they're 5-star reviews, you'll be fine and you'll rank above your competitors. But that's not the way it works. So look at your knowledge panel. Take a look and see the clues are there for you. So Google doesn't just look at your star rating, but it looks at how you're viewed on the web. It looks at your rating overall, your average rating, and it also looks at the industry ratings too. So let's take that first bit. Google actually looks at the keywords that your customers are using when they do a review. And it'll pick up on those key phrases and you'll notice it can then filter them out, it can filter them through, and you can even sort how many other businesses have said the same phrase. So Google's reading, it's recognizing them. So that's the first tip. The second one, or number 8, is that Google doesn't trust itself when it comes to its review system. It knows there's a lot of fake reviews out there, a lot of spammy reviews, unfair reviews being given. So Google also looks at reviews on the web itself. And that's why there's a section called reviews on the web. And there are things like Facebook, Yale, Checkatrade. If you've got other third-party giving good reviews too, then Google starts feeling more confident with how it reviews you. And so it needs those two to match up for it to be confident, to trust, and to have the authority, the authenticity that it wants to give your business when it ranks it. And taking our next tip, tip number 9, is that 5-star reviews aren't actually the very, very best. What do I mean by that? Well, I did a whole course on analysing thousands of reviews. And what I found was that if you've got an average of about 4.3 to 4.6, Google thinks that's more authentic. Why does it do that? Well, Google just doesn't trust 5-star reviews. Most reviews that get removed by its spam filters are 5-star. There's a lot of fake 5 stars out there. If you've got genuine 5-star reviews, that's great. But Google's saying every so often, someone's going to give you a 2-star review, a 3-star review. And so it reckons that about 4.3 to 4.6 is a fair estimate of being the perfect type of review score, especially if you've got hundreds of reviews. So if you want to know more about that course I do on reviews, I'll put a link down below. Number 10, local proximity is massive. So what do we mean by that? Well, when someone goes to their phone or their computer and they do a search for your type of business, Google is very familiar with who are the 3 nearest to that person searching. So maybe it knows its IP address, maybe it knows what mast it's using, if it's using a signal. Either way, Google likely will put the nearest 3. Now, it doesn't always do that. And there is a triangle element involved, and that comes down to your brand authority. So there are ways that you can make sure that you show up a bit further away than the searcher, and we'll cover that in other videos. In fact, I'll put a link to a video at the end of this video that will help you understand how that works. Number 11, Google tracks how sticky you are. Seriously, when I say sticky, you've probably heard of bounce rates. When customers go to your profile or they go to your website, Google then sees how long do they stay there. When they read your posts, how long are they involved? When they watch your videos, how long do they watch it for? Google's got a good understanding of how long people stay with your business and your brand. So if Google's serving up you as the number 1 and people love going there and it answers their questions, they get a great service or they get the products they're after, Google's confident that keeping you number 1 makes sense. So you're sticky. But if you get people just bouncing back saying, I didn't find anything there, Google picks that up too and it starts bringing you back down the rankings. So if you want to stay number 1 or get to number 1, then you need to get people to stick around. So when you do write detailed descriptions, when you do have mind-blowing offers, when you do have social media that supports your profile on Google, when you do have a website that loads fast and gives good interaction, when you do have videos on there that are actually useful and people want to watch, you'll get people to stick around and that will help you rank. Number 12, Google rewards consistency. Have you ever heard of the word NAP? Now it's an acronym and it just means NAP, name, address, phone number. And there's a few other things as well you could add to that. But ultimately, what does that mean? Well, it means that Google's looking for consistency. Google just wants to make sure that when it's got information about your business, and then it scours the webs, it scours citations, indexes, links, whatever your brand is mentioned online, it should be consistent. If it's consistent, it builds trust, and trust is a factor that Google rewards in its rankings. Number 13 is the truth about Google. You know, there's one basic truth, is that your Google business profile is a massive profit engine. It can easily bring in lots of leads, lots of customers. And one of the key factors behind it is you need to make sure that your website loads fast, particularly on a mobile. So if Google's sending customers your way, and then they're not getting a great interaction on a mobile, and you'll find that when you look at your insights on Google, it will tell you whether or not your visitors visit via a mobile or via a desktop. And if more than 50% of them are on a mobile and the mobile experience is poor, it loads slow, you'll find that you'll drop in the rankings. So if you want to understand how location works and how you can make sure your business also loads quicker, and you want a step-by-step process, then this video is going to show you what to do next, and it's going to help you rank your business so that it really does become that engine, that leads engine that it can become. So I'll see you on this next video.